Hello to everyone. How are you? This is Joanna. And today I'm here to share. I did a pickup order today. I think I placed the order maybe Thursday or Friday. I also picked a few items in store. And then I went to Dollar General store when I went to work Saturday and picked up some things. Mostly what I have here is a gift. I am making an out of town friend a slash belated birthday comfort box gift. I'm going to send her a bunch of goodies. I was trying to think of what to send her because she never tells me, and she always says that she likes whatever I send, but sometimes people are just so kind like that, and I don't want to ever send her something she don't like. So when I send her fragrances, I send her um, an area of fragrances, and I always tell her if she doesn't like something, she can feel free to share, but I always hope she likes something. So I also got my BrewMate order in, so I'm going to share all of that with you. So the first thing that I had today was my pickup order, and everything in this group is for her except for this vanilla suede. I decided to try this since we had it in the store. I hear a lot of y'all talk about it. I did smell their amber blush in this collection, and even though it's nothing like the original one, which I knew that it wasn't because this was I guess a linen type scent that was online only, it wasn't far off. It was almost like it had the essence of the original scent. And I had promised someone on here that I watched that if I ever found my original scent, I would decant some and send it to them to smell. I still haven't found it. I have an original bottle of the glitter mist, but that's not what I wanted to decant for her. I had their perfume mist, the one in the dark burgundy bottle with the gold leaf. That is what I'm searching for. But the version in this collection smelled like an essence of that. So I'm going to give this vanilla suede a chance. A lot of people are saying it smells like laundry. I don't mind smelling like laundry. I love the, is it daisies? Whatever that daisy fragrance was that I'm really, really crazy about, that I'm partial to. Yes, this denim and daisies. I'm partial to this. This to me, y'all heard me say, smells like all of my favorite denim items just washed and folded with fabric softener. I love the scent on this, and I need to be using this in the body cream, but I do have this in a lotion. The Snuggles and Sleigh Rides that came out in the wintertime, I need to be using all of that, but I thought I would try this. Now, I did look at some reviews before getting it, and I was going to get the shower gel, but I decided to leave that alone. But a lot of people said, some said it smelled like vanilla linen. Some said it didn't smell anything like vanilla at all, but it smelled like a dryer sheet. And some were saying each component, the mist, the shower gel, and the body cream smelled different. But I figured a body cream wouldn't hurt me. So I did do this, and that's all that I got there. I got the Guilty as Fig because this is going to be a gift for my friend. It's going to be one of the fragrance versions. And then I got her Pistachio Glaze. But I went into the store today to get her another one in case she don't like this. I like this. Now, I will say when you first spray it out, I was almost taken aback in the store, but then when it settled, it's very pretty, and we all know this now. So I'm definitely going to let her know that. So, two items for her, and I'm going to put mine up here. So, what I did when I went in store, since I was curious about the shower gel, and don't mind this, my salt packets, y'all know where I've been. I was at Chick-fil-A, got me some chicken nuggets and a cookie. I did go ahead and get the mist. I was playing with this mist when I was in there before, but I figured I'd go ahead and give it a try. And then again, right here, I got her the Strawberry Flirt. They only had a few of these, y'all. They had maybe like 4, and they were hidden off to the side. I was almost about to be heartbroken because I felt like I waited too late. And then they had a bunch of the Your Cheeky perfume pens. They were the only perfume pens in this area because they now have all of this in the back. They had plenty of every other scent. I don't know the proper names, but the one in the purple bottle, I think that came out in that first run, the purple bottle, the Pink Obsessed, whatever that other one was, Petal Parade. They had a couple bottles of the Soiree one. They had a lot of the second run. They didn't have any of the one that smells like Baccarat Rouge. What was that? Seeing Rouge? They had none of that. They did have that Aqua Hour, and I was wanting to smell that. I keep messing with it, but I haven't picked it up. And then when I smelled it today, I felt like it smelled similar to my Saltwater Breeze that I don't even use, which I need to make myself use. So I did go ahead and get a room spray. I favor the Vanilla Bean and the Waikiki Beach coconut for work, or just in a room spray, period. Because a lot of times I found out that I didn't like all of the room sprays. I did smell the pink lilac and vanilla, if I'm saying that right, and I liked it, but that's coming in my order. So is a Waikiki Beach coconut. So when they first had these, the one that was sensual amber smelled really, really good in the room spray. And this one, I think this one here is called Fresh Cut Lilacs, but then it was, I think, Lilac Blossom, if I'm saying that right. I don't know if they're one and the same or if one's different than the other, but I did go ahead and get this because I spray our halls at work. And like I said, I got this for my friend that I'm going to mail. So she's going to be getting these fragrances for me. And then when I was in Dollar General store, I actually went in there to get some change. And while I was in there, I picked up some things that I seen. So here's what we got here. They had the cocoa butter secret. I was almost thinking, y'all, that I was remembering wrong because there is a coconut secret and there's a cocoa butter. The cocoa butter was first, along with the vanilla that you hear me talk about. I want another one of these cocoa butters, and I want two vanillas, and I definitely want all the bubble bath that I can buy. But this smells really, really nice. When I first found the secret cocoa butter, y'all, I don't know if I just picked it up, but I didn't even know what I had. And I kept smelling something because this deodorant, can tend to exude from under your arms and it smells nice. And then I realized what I had. And this was years ago when my son was still younger and in school because he's a grown man now. So I do like this a lot. They had one at Dollar General store and it was $7. So on this item, they're as high as they are at Walmart and Target. So when I go to Target, I'm going to get a coconut, but the coconut there was really, really sharp. So I might just go ahead and get a coconut, but I prefer this cocoa butter. I prefer the vanilla, and now I prefer the bubble bath. So that's three of their lotions in addition to, I'm sorry, three of their deodorants in addition to the unscented that I like. The deodorants that I've used over the years has been Sure unscented, unscented in this brand, and unscented in Dove. And other than that, I like the ones that go with my soap. So that is mine. I got some ink pens, and y'all, I should be ashamed of myself because each one of these ink pens, I have a whole pack with these in there, and y'all know those are quite costly. These pens are like $2.50 separately, but I picked up my friend this. It's just a little journal. I was going to send her a journal anyway, but when I saw the title on this and then knowing that she's been through so much, I figured that I would get her two colored pens and a journal so that she can write her thoughts and things down in. And hopefully she'll have some kind of how did I put it? I wanted her to have a bright light, you know what I mean, while she has her memories and just things that are near and dear to her because she's been through so much. So I thought I would give her that as a positive note. Of course, I like the pink ink, and this writes in a pretty pink ink color. And I even have a pack, y'all, of 5 that already has that in there. But I'm telling you, when I first went in there and I saw those when I was looking for my Palmer's Vanilla Lotion, they had a whole bin full of those. And I was intending on picking up a handful. I didn't care if it cost me $20. Well, when I went in there Saturday, they had the one. And then these little ginger chews. A friend at work told me about these. She said that she used them for indigestion. Her name was Kelly, and I think she's going to be a nurse soon if she's not already. So, congratulations to her. But she shared these with me, and then I ended up loving them back when we had a Bed Bath and Beyond. And I would go in there and buy bags full of these. These are kind of spicy though. I really favor the ones with lemon. I tried those. They're good because I don't use these for indigestion. I eat these suckers up like they're candy the same way I eat them high chews. So I just like them. And so I got that. And then the last thing that I got that I'm going to share with you here is my BrewMate. I did do a little short with this, and I need to do a short with my Popsicle Dreams one over there. But this one is the BrewMate. And I used my yellow BrewMate at work last night because y'all hear me talk about my coldest one so much and how it keeps my ice over the weekend. I wanted to compare what my BrewMate does because I never really tried it that way. And I was correct because I did say that I felt like my BrewMate held my ice during my 12-hour shift, but I wasn't going and coming with ice like I was with my coldest. And it did hold my ice. I filled it up before I left. I use about 7 or 8 ice cubes here at home. I still had that ice when I got to work about 5 o'clock, and then I put some of their ice in there, and that ice came home with me. But their ice my ice in that cup does diminish, whereas my ice in my other cup, like my Stanley or my coldest, stays full. But it's still very good. Both of these cups are great to keep your drinks cold at the very least through your 8 and 12-hour shifts, and possibly into the 16th hour if you do a lot of doubles. So I'm going to share this cup with you and show you what it looks like. So I have already opened this up because I did the short, but I put it back in the box like it came, and they had my straw covers in here. And I did compare these to the ones on my cotton candy. They're a different shade of lavender. And then, like I said, they give you these nice bags. So let me pull this out of here. And again, I'm not sure if this is material, or you know how they do the recycled paper and they make it look like material, but it does hold up and last, because I do still have my first BrewMate bag. And like I said, anytime I order from the BrewMate company, you get this bag. When I have ordered from Shields, and I think the ones that I got from Anthropologie, there was no bag. I don't know what they do to them, but I do know that when they get their shipment, it comes in a bag. So if you want the bag, just order from the BrewMate company, and they send you a bag for everything they make. I got one for the coffee cup, one for my Hopsulator. So this is the Lavender Era. And I love this because I remember I wanted them to make a lavender and a mint, but I did choose between the two because they had a lavender that was a collab with someone, and I don't recall the lady's name, but it had little faint smiley faces on it, and I didn't want that. I just wanted a beautiful lavender. And so when they came out with this, I was worried that I was going to miss out on this, y'all, but they must have made enough. So this is what it looks like. And now that I know how to use my cup, I don't need the legends on there, because y'all know I had said that I kept the paper on mine. When this thing right here, this little thing is turned towards this lip, I'm going to try to hold that so you can see it. It's open. You can drink out of it. Okay. And then when it's turned, when that little hump is turned toward over here, then it is shut. So the way that I remembered it now was, when my thing is over here toward that little hump, is open, and then when this thing is here, it's sealed. And that's when you turn it upside down and nothing comes out. Nobody can get anything to drink out of your cup. And I love the magnetic straw covers as an added safety feature. And y'all have seen from my yellow one, the lid fits, the straw covers fit right here. So I recommend any of these cups. And like I said in one of my previous videos, for the people that like Stanleys, unless you just want a leak-proof option, there's nothing wrong with your Stanley, because like I have friends that their Stanleys, they don't have to worry about tipping them over. Nothing happens or anything like that. They don't take them to work or anything like that. So they're fine. And Stanleys do hold your ice. Held my ice for like 2 days, almost 2.5 days. And that was when I was through my phase of me eating ice up there at my job. So if you want a leak-proof option, though, this one is a really great choice. They make a coffee cup. They make other cups, because I have that little coffee cup called the Move. It's MUV. So just check them out. There's so many nice leak-free options out there. But I bought that Stanley leak-free, that hydrangea one. Y'all, it leaked in my bag. I don't know if I didn't have the cap on there right or something, but I won't be carrying that one no more, because I mean, I had water all in my nurse bag, and I could have damaged a lot of stuff, but luckily nothing got damaged. But again, there are so many options for these kind of cups coming from everywhere. BrewMate, Coldest, Stanley, TJ Maxx has Stanleys, Marshalls has cups, even the grocery stores have reduced. So any of those options are fantastic choices. I just wanted to share this with you, and until the next time, everyone have a fantastic Monday.